I've done some work off stream as well. So yeah, this is me in the middle of just finishing a quest. Let me switch over, because I partially started a quest. I'll probably wrap that one up over in Northport. But after we get done with maybe a couple of these side quests, I'll look on the main quest, which I haven't done a lot of, mostly just the one employer. But the one I'm working on right now is Lost Tube. You're supposed to pick up... No, not this one. Sorry, it's... which one is it? Containers in the river, that's it. You're supposed to pick up 2 cargo containers. I've already done one. And the one cargo container is... they're both right next to each other, so it's just a matter of getting them. And then we need to jump into a truck. So I'm going to jump into the big cat. That's what I used to do this part of the quest. I wanted to give it a chance to do something. So I thought it was appropriate. What time is it? Thought I remembered leaving just as it was. I think, like, when you come in and out of the game, sometimes the time it brings you back in isn't exactly the time you left, because I'm pretty sure as I was ending, it was just about to be morning. But that's alright, we'll make it morning. Okay, let's go. I kind of like this thing. Which way do I need to go to get out of here? It's very unique because you don't steer with your wheels, you steer with your chassis, more or less. The whole chassis bends, and that's how you turn. So it takes a little bit to get used to it and wrap your head around the idea. But it works fairly well as long as you don't try and take things too quickly. I think it's a vehicle that really benefits from taking things nice and slow and easy. It's not all that fast, honestly. I mean, this is the top speed right here. Granted, we are going uphill. The only option for this thing is mud tires, which isn't going to really suit the icy roads. But we're not going to really have far to travel here. I also have another truck that I purchased that I want to give a chance to. As I leveled up to level 20 in the last stream, but I wasn't able to really take a look at what we unlocked with that, which was a American truck over here. So I did purchase it. I loaded it out a little bit, and we'll be trying that out after I do this part with the big cat. But pretty much what I'm doing here is I was testing out the concept of you use one truck to be your crane. This is a quest where you have to pick things up. And the other vehicle is going to be the one that delivers it. And I think this is a really good quest to do that, because the distance to get from one place to the other, I think we do the turn here, isn't that bad. Let me just double check. Yeah, we just turn in here. I might... Oh no, I already got fuel, because there was a fuel tanker in that port area, so I just fueled up. There is a fuel station off to the left, up at this T-junction up here, that we could go to, and it's real close. Oh, it looks like the bots are out in numbers today. Hold on one second. I hate having to do this. It gives me an opportunity to figure out how to do some things with the without my chatbot. See where to block. Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm kind of getting used to the interface here. Like, I have my chat window open. Oh. You're gonna get banned. Being a bot. Oh, okay, that seemed to have worked. Alright, goodbye, bots. They always start to like to come in at the beginning of the stream. Because I've been kind of streaming odd hours compared to what I used to stream, my mods sometimes don't come in at the very beginning, so Oh, I didn't turn on my all-wheel drive. No wonder we're struggling. The other thing that's kind of interesting with this vehicle is its front-wheel drive, which is... Now I lost kind of track where we're going. Okay, we're going off to the right here. So this vehicle, I initially thought it had a bad turning circle. It doesn't necessarily. I'm just going to go ahead and get that diff lock going. So we're not going at really high speed anyway. I initially thought this thing had a bad turning circle, but it really doesn't. It is more a matter of... Is this where I turn? I guess it is. You just have to take the turn slowly because it takes time for the articulation to happen from the one extreme to the next. If that makes sense. Like if you see all that time it took. So if you take the turn slow and you stop at the points you need to turn, this thing has a fairly good turning circle. It just, you have to give it that time. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up here so you can see the container and my other truck with the crane. Oh, and that truck's all frozen over. Alright, that's probably good enough right there. Stop the engine, change truck. Okay. Start engine. Now normally I would put out the anchors if I'm going to be doing work like this, but there's nothing to anchor to because I'm on a bridge. Oh. Whoops. Glitched through the exhaust pipe there. Let's winch it up here. It didn't seem like I had a risk of flipping over the other time I did this, so let's start lifting. So we can at least get it up here. And this time we'll have it up over the exhaust so we don't glitch into it. Okay. So I'm using the P12 here because it was already over here. Uh-oh. Am I having that bug where the container's gonna glitch through the other truck? I've seen other people play this and that's a thing that can happen. Yeah. I'm not sure how to remedy that. I thought they maybe had fixed that. Maybe I can still load it. We'll give it a try. If not, we can always grab onto it, I guess. We'll just recover the crane and then stop engine, change truck. Okay, so yeah, that's not a good idea. Well, hopefully, I think what happened there, for whatever reason, it hadn't loaded in the physics of the cat, even though I was just here. So we just took a lot of damage to our suspension. It's not going to be the end of the world. But hopefully the physics are loaded in now, otherwise we may have to... Oops, that's not what I want to do. We may have to do a different quest. Alright, so I want to lift up over the exhaust. Yeah, so if the physics of the truck doesn't work this time, granted, I might have a harder time reaching it now. I was in a more perfect position earlier. Hopefully it doesn't glitch through again. I didn't have this issue the first time, the first part of this quest I did. I might have to back the cat up, because I don't know if I have the reach to put it on now. The question is, will it phase through? Alright, so we're not doing the quest right now. I think what I'm going to do is I wanted to try out that other truck. We'll do that. For whatever reason, the game's giving me a hard time right now. I've seen this bug before, not personally, but watching other people play this game. And I don't know what causes it and what the remedy is. Maybe if I load out of this map and come back, it will fix it, but otherwise we might have to hold off on this quest for the meantime. I'm curious, can I turn off the engine? Oh, wow. So the physics of this thing is just utterly broken. It's not... Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on what I would call maybe solid ground. We'll grab it, winch it up. Maybe if I come in and out of the map, we can get this thing to fix. As I said, I've never seen this problem before, so I really don't know what to do about it. I guess while we're here, I can talk about some things that have happened with the game. Yeah. We'll just restore the crane and stop the engine. I guess we might as well hop over to the cat and get it repaired. If we're not going to pick it up with this truck, it doesn't really matter then. But yeah. The main thing with this big cat is it seems like it's fairly capable. The problem is it doesn't have a lot of utility. I almost wonder, can it even haul a trailer? No, it can't. The fact that there's no interface for it means that maybe if you took off the... I'm actually curious now. Is there an option to even haul a trailer? So it's possible the frame add-on causes you not to be able to haul a trailer. So I'm going to see what happens. Yeah, so there's not an interface option for this. This isn't the first truck I've seen this on, but it does really limit the utility of this truck because all it can have is a container carrier, which just gives it a capacity of 2. And then a fuel carrier, which is all right. I mean, it's good to have some options for logistics and stuff, but that's really it. So it really does limit the usefulness of this truck. This is definitely a specialty truck and a very slim specialty at that, but it's still cool, and I'll probably keep a hold of it. It burns fuel like crazy as well, but that's okay. It's got an alright size fuel tank, and if you're using it for shorter trips, I wouldn't say it's a super big deal. I suspect it might be really good on rough terrain, though. We'll have to give that a test, but not right now. Alright, so to see if we can get the physics to behave themselves, I'm going to load onto a different map. We're going over to White Valley. I'm going to grab the other truck. So the Freightliner 114 SD is what I have recently purchased, but I haven't really set it up yet, so let's do that. Outside of some of the basic stuff, like giving it a paint scheme and putting what attachments I want on it. So we'll go ahead and recover it, customize it. So let's go through the list of stuff I did. I had it do one quest, but all that quest was to, if I remember correctly, I sent it out. Did I send it out with a maintenance frame? I don't really remember, but I just sent it out to bring in a scout vehicle. And it did that job okay. It gave me a little bit of an idea of how it performed. So engine-wise, you don't have a lot of options. It uses the smaller of the medium-class engines. Pretty much you have the same option choices as the Kodiak. This is a slightly bigger vehicle than that, though, as you have more options for your frame add-ons. For gearbox, I did off-road just because of how I saw the vehicle performing. I did raise up the suspension, which gave us more tire choices. I went ahead and put the biggest chains on that I could. I have the stock winch. I think they'll keep that for now because we're still testing it out. And once it's proved itself, maybe I'll upgrade it. So diff lock is turned on. That's by default. You can do a spare wheel, but a lot of the upgrades for this I can't really do because I haven't leveled up enough. But most of the ones that matter, I didn't end up doing like a snorkel, for example, because I don't like the way this one looks, and it's the only one I can do right now. So I have to get to at least level 22 before I would put on a snorkel. And it seems like this is going to be the problem with a lot of these later trucks that you upgrade, or you unlock, I should say, is that you just really can't do some of the upgrades because you haven't leveled up enough, because the ceiling is higher. So it started with rear-wheel drive. I switched it over to all-wheel drive because I had already gotten the upgrade for that. And then frame add-ons, you have a fairly good assortment of things you can do. We need to haul cargo. In this case, we're taking something off of a crane onto the truck. I think flatbeds are a lot easier to work with in that regard. So I'm going to go ahead and buy one of those. We could have this thing do the loading itself, but we already have the P12 in the area. So I think that would be fine. Okay, let's see if the issue has fixed itself. So we're going to go ahead and just put that in storage, go to the global map, go back to Northport. And I'm hoping by loading in and out of the map, maybe we'll fix the physics bug. If that doesn't work, then we might have to move on to something else, but, you know, it's not a big deal. This truck is somewhat more expensive. Let's just go to the truck store real quick. For what it is, it's kind of expensive because it's in the same classification as your Fleet Star, your White Western Star, the Pay Star. It's pretty much all in that same class. And definitely there are better options from an affordability standpoint. I may have already passed it. I don't know exactly how they sort this thing. Yeah, let's just keep going then. I know the two Freightliners are right next to each other, and it's possible I just passed right by them. Alright, yeah, this is the one. So, it normally costs almost $95,000, which is pretty expensive. This one, I didn't like this truck. I think it was pretty bad. This one looks like it has promise, but as I said, it doesn't do anything different, necessarily. But we'll see. We'll see how capable it is. It seemed capable enough to me. It's got pretty decent fuel consumption because it doesn't have a very heavy engine. It's lightweight, so it does have pretty good power to weight. I should have checked to see if it could have the loading crane and the flatbed. I suspect so, but it's possible that it has just too small of a bed area that it can't really do that. So the other quest we're going to do, that I had planned to do with this guy, is pick up these cement things on this frozen lake. But we're going to focus on the container. And if that doesn't work, maybe we'll try the cement. And if it still doesn't work, then I'm going to move on to something else. It's a little unfortunate. This is the first time I've actually encountered this bug. But as I said, I've seen it before, so... just other people. I've been fortunate enough to be able to avoid this. Maybe it's the containers, because I've seen a lot of bugs dealing with the containers. The more entertaining one is the containers spawning more containers, although I think that was a co-op bug. I'm not sure if they fixed that one yet or not. It's on the list of one of the things that they're trying to fix, but I don't know if they did or not. It's a pretty entertaining bug if you're the one watching, not the one involved. Because what it does is once the physics of the container loads in, it just like spits out like, I don't know, let's say 20 duplicates, and then because they all try and be in the same space, it ends up flinging the containers out to one side or something violently. And if you get caught on that, it can smash into you. And so there are some fun things on like the Reddit of the container issues if you want to check it out. So as far as the container bugs go, this is a mild one. But as I said, I think the duplicate spawning containers, that I believe is a co-op bug. I could be wrong on that, though. Yeah, I'm having all kinds of issues with it loading in the physics there. You see that? As soon as I rounded the corner, the P12 took a bunch of damage. Well, we'll see. Maybe that's a good sign. We don't need to have the engine on, though. I mean, obviously I don't want to take damage like that, but maybe the physics have loaded in properly now. Based off of the way the wheels look, though, I might have to recover this guy once we're done with this. Alright, behave yourself, physics. Oh, that's right, we need to raise up over the exhaust. Yeah, see, okay, I remembered. Okay, raise up. Actually, let's get the winch going a little bit too. Hopefully I didn't park too far away. I can always adjust if I have to. Alright, yeah, it looks like the physics have fixed. I went to just like shove it into it just to see what would happen. I might be getting close to the limits of how far I can move this. Yeah, I have. Because I'm trying to... Well, maybe. Yeah, see, I'm pushing up to try and extend it, and it's just going down. I might be able to just cheat it in. If I can get it a little bit on it, we might be able to cheat it a little bit. I don't think that's gonna work, but there's one way to find out. No, okay. Oh no. Shouldn't have done that. Shit, I think I just caused it to have the bug I was trying to avoid. I don't know if it's gonna behave now. I guess that's my, my penalty. Alright, we'll just put it here. Change truck. Oh, okay, so you can't change truck. Alright, I didn't know that. I've never tried. Alright, we'll just lower it down then, I guess. Now we should be able to change truck. So we just need to park a little closer. But again, if it glitches out again... So yeah, the containers seem to be very finicky. Probably backing into the proper spot would be ideal. Go back in nice and close. That should do it. Maybe we'll keep the engine running. Burns fuel, but there's a gas station right nearby. And I'm hoping maybe that will cause it to behave. But it's just it's like a wonky thing with the physics. Alright, here's the test. Yeah, it's phasing through. It was falling on just my hood. Alright, that sucks, but it seems like we've got an issue here. Now, it did seem like fixing it did happen with me going in and out of the map. So, I'm going to try it again. It was kind of my fault that... let's stop the engine, change truck. Stop the engine. Yeah, so sorry about this, guys, that it's taking as long as it should. This should be a simple quest, but we've got some issues. So we'll go back over to White Valley. Is there anything I really wanted to do with a truck? I've completed all the side quests in this location, so there's not really a whole lot to do. You know what? Let's just drive around a little bit. I haven't gone down the other side of the airfield. I don't think there's anything there, but hey, there's a possibility I've missed some quests or something. I have all the upgrades at this point, so I know there's not going to be any upgrades, but... So I brought this Scout out of storage. I kind of have my Scout vehicles all spread around, trying to do various quests. I think I've knocked out all the Scout type ones. Maybe not on Pedro Bay, although I'd have to check that. Oh wait, there are some timed ones, but I usually ignore those guys. There might be one that I try and do, because it doesn't seem like it's that bad. And I've never actually done one of these before, so I don't really know what to expect. Could try and shortcut it, but It's fine. Go the long way around. Hopefully we have more luck with the cement and it doesn't cause me issues, but yeah. It behaved itself one time, and then I switched back and forth through trucks. You know, maybe that's the bug. If you change trucks with that interface, maybe that's what causes it. Because it was fine until I did that. Maybe we'll try and avoid that in the future. We could change trucks through the map interface, and maybe it won't cause that issue doing that. Okay. This gives us an idea of how that bug works and maybe how to avoid it. Alright, so I'm just looking to see what's on the other end of this airfield. Because I've never driven down this way. I don't expect there will really be anything, but you never really know. It could be a quest or something. Looks like there's a road off one side. Is that on the map? It kind of is. I don't really know what the reason why you'd ever want to come down here is, but there could be like mainline quests somewhere too. You know, when I see a ramp, we got to take it. That'd be fun to do with a really fast truck. All right. I also can do that, so another reason to do it. All right, now we know what's over there. A nice ramp for you to jump off into oblivion. All right, let's see if we can get this to behave itself now. Oops, yeah. I want. We'll jump into... I'm assuming the one truck is in... Oops, that's not what I want to do. Dang it. Is the Freightliner still in position? I sure hope it is. That was not the right truck. Sorry, I'm trying to rush things now. Okay, yeah, we're in the right position. Okay. Oh, we didn't have any damage happen. That's good. Alright, so first things first, start the engine. Go to the crane. Lift it up to go over the exhaust. We're getting plenty of crane practice here. Catch. Winch. Just a heck of a lot easier if you shorten the rope a little bit. Lift. These have the physics work. No, it's phasing through. Wow, so it worked one time, and now I can't get it to work. It just phases through, and if I drop it like this, we saw what happens. It just does untold damage to the other truck, and I can't put it on the bed. Oh, that's really annoying. And again, I don't know how to fix this bug. I don't know what causes it, and I don't know how to fix it. Okay, well, maybe it's a bug specific to the large crane. Could be. I'm not going to worry about this quest right now because it's causing us lots of issues and it doesn't seem like it wants to remedy itself. So we'll just stick this here. I'm going to just recover the truck to give it its repairs. Let's leave the garage. I'm going to recover the other truck too. Now, I know I have this big crane, and why not use it if you have it? Well, if this is the source of the bugs, we'll see. I want to see if this thing can do the smaller crane while having a bed. Yes, it can. All right, so we'll try it with the smaller crane here. Yeah, but we're having... Alright, so we're going to do a different quest here. To kind of change things up. So I'm gonna go with the one, I think it's called Bags on Ice. We're gonna start tracking this. And where do we need to deliver them to? Here, let me take the mouse so we can move. Oh, right here. There. No, wait. There. That's where we deliver them to. Alright, so we'll grab these two because they're right nearby, and then we just go down this road and come up this way and we deliver them, and then we've got two more, and that would work perfectly. So okay. Actually, give me 1 second. I just need to adjust something. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate though. Like, my idea here was just knock out these couple quests really quickly, but we're having all kinds of bug problems. If I continue to have the issues, we may just give up on this stuff. I'm hoping there might be a possibility lifting the stuff to the same truck might do the job. So we'll do the bags on ice job, and then we'll maybe do that last container if it seems to give me no issues. Like, that could be just all the bug is just loading from one truck to another is all you need to do, and then you're kind of in problems. But having it done by the same truck, maybe we're fine. It's kind of a bummer because, like, that big crane seems set up to do what we were doing. Now, I could probably grab a trailer and have the big crane do this stuff, but now that we've lifted that one container off out of the river, I think it would be pretty easy to do it with this smaller crane, so this should be nice and easy. Oh, the sun's kind of blinding me. Let's reel it in a little bit. Okay, start bringing it down. I want to... It probably doesn't matter, but I wanted to bring it a little bit more towards the back. Yeah, that's fine. So, pack. Door crane. Drive over to the next one. Okay. Activate anchor. Crane. Grab. Start pulling it up. Put it out a little bit so we can get it in the back. One thing I will say for the crane, when you're using the joystick, I don't know if this is true about the PC, but sometimes it's confusing which way you need to do things because the direction it rotates is kind of confusing sometimes. Yeah, that was almost a perfect placement. Okay, and then you have to do unpack, pack, and then it gets it both in there. Okay, let's restore crane. Take off your handbrake, and then we'll go drop it off. It should just be down this road. Off to the right when we get a choice, I think. I mean, we've got the marker to drive towards, so it shouldn't be that confusing. Yeah, this quest doesn't seem all that bad. Honestly, the other one didn't either if we wouldn't have the bugs. I got it to work the other time with the big cat. And then we almost got it to work here, I didn't have the crane reach. And as soon as I switched from one truck to the other, the game had enough, so it's unfortunate. Did I? Okay, I didn't go the wrong way. It felt like we were going past what we needed to do, but it's kind of a... Is it already becoming evening? So we spent the whole day with bugs. Oh well. Let's not worry about it. You know, I'm gonna just go ahead and switch it into high-low range. This is why I gave this truck an off-road gearbox, because For its size class, it is a pretty good fuel tank, because the Fleet Star, as comparison, only has 240-liter tank. The white Western Star has the same, so I'd say these two trucks are fairly similar in capability. I would give an edge to the white Western Star. I think it's a better truck, but I'd say it's close enough. And despite this thing not having as powerful of an engine, it does pretty well. Fuel consumption, I'd say, is comparable, but again, the white Western Star has a more powerful engine. I'd have to, like, jump back over to that to see precisely what the fuel consumption is, comparatively speaking. It's fairly similar, though, if I remember correctly. We need to go here to drop. Okay, that's that taken care of. Let's get into reverse. Should just keep going this way. Although part of the problem is I was stuck in low range, which does burn more fuel, but we were going faster that way, so I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think I'm going to kick it into low range right now. Probably going to need it. This road's pretty bad, so the fact that we're making it without too much difficulty, I think shows the capabilities of this truck fairly well. I'm not really giving you guys a comparison, but the question is, where is that cement going to be? Is it going to be in a tricky spot? We just have a standard winch, so there's a possibility we would not be within reach of anything. We pull ourselves through if we can't do it ourselves. I have faith, though. Let's just stick down in the low range. I don't really want to run over this tree, but I think we have no choice. Because it is one of the things I could have winched to get back. Looks like there's a stump in our way, so I'm going to try and get on the other side of that. Ground might be a little uneven. Alright, that's probably good enough. Let's activate the anchor. Alright. Yeah, it's a little uneven, but I think we'll be alright. Just to be on the safe side, I think I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pull it to this side, because it seems like we're more stable on this side. And start pulling it in. Yeah, that's good enough. It might put it in the back, which I would prefer it didn't, but it went in the front. That's good. Okay, restore crane. Let's go into reverse. If we can get out without assistance, that would be, I think, quite an accomplishment. Okay, that worked out. And we're almost done with this quest. And then I'll just go finish off that other one. I think if we stay within the same truck, it will behave itself a lot more. Well, let's hit up into low range plus. You know what? I'm going to just go into auto here. Yeah, we're not really going all that much faster, unfortunately. Stick to low range plus. I'm pretty sure you burn more fuel this way, but it's fine. Alright, we'll pull up right alongside. A little concerned, not the most stable ground. Yeah, so let's pull up a little bit. That should be better. Okay, so activate anchors. Go to the crane. We're gonna have to flip it around. The other side. Yeah, it's a little disconcerting. We don't flip here. As I bring the weight to the back, and we might be okay. Yeah, there we go. This is just going to be a tough spot to get perfectly even no matter what we do. Alright, that's probably good enough. Unpack pack. Okay. Oh, yeah, restore crane. Alright, we need to reverse again. We can turn around because the objective is behind us. Be careful here because the ground isn't the most even. We do have things to winch to, but if I flip, that's not going to matter. I'm going to take this a little bit at a time. Probably be easier to make the turn reversing. I think we'll be good here. Again, just need to be careful about flipping. Alright, we're good. I wasn't too worried, but better safe than sorry. Alright, let's put it on low range plus, get that diff lock. Now, you really benefit from the diff lock in a truck like this, which is why I emphasize the off-road gearbox for this, because you can use low range plus. Okay, we almost flipped there. If I hadn't slowed down, we might have. This is where it getting darker is going to cause us issues, because I wouldn't see something like that very easily. So I think once we deliver this, I'm going to advance time. But just in case you didn't understand what I was talking about, with a truck that has diff lock engageable and not always on, you have to be in low range to get it to work. So that's why the off-road gearbox is good, because it gives you more low range gears, and you can go at higher speed with the low range plus with that diff lock on, which oftentimes is pretty good, especially on like muddy roads like this. If I put it in automatic without that diff lock, we'd be going about the same speed, but possibly well, here, let's do a test. So we were getting into the teens there of fuel consumption, like 14 maybe is high. But in auto, we're not really going all that fast. I would say no faster than we were going before. But there is, I think that the fuel consumption goes up and down a lot more as you're changing gears, but I think it peaks higher, so I don't know. There's a good debate to be had there, but I like the smoothness. So I tend to prefer using low range plus when I can. All right, thank you. I hope that bear doesn't come back. He was mean, real mean, so I'm guessing a bear is why that happened. The cement got dumped. That was actually quite a bit of experience for as simple of a job as it was. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, I'm probably going to ignore that large pipe, but I'd like to just get this containers in the river quest taken care of. Because it irks me, we almost had it done, and we're really just in the area. So what I'm going to do is we're going to advance some time here. Ordinarily, this would be a fairly straightforward and easy quest, I think. We having that bug. I'm gonna guess it's just being in one truck and trying to transfer things to another truck. Sometimes the physics doesn't load in right for whatever reason. And I assume that is also an issue in co-op. Trying to load cargo onto a friend's car or truck. Yeah. I prefer the diff lock and the low range plus, personally. I feel like you get slowed down a lot less. It's a lot smoother. There might be spots where I could be going faster in auto, but I like the consistent, steady pace over one that's a little bit more in fits and spurts. Alright, which way do we need to turn here? We need to turn to the right. We can get gas on the way out. Oh, I almost went past it. I don't know. That's just kind of my own personal preference. I tend to really highly value the diff lock. In particular, always locked. I really like that because it seems like those vehicles tend to do way better. All right. So we want to pull alongside this guy. We could try and go back across the bridge. That would take us away from the fuel station, though. I think we'll be fine with what fuel we have, and there is a fuel tanker in that area if I was concerned about it. Alright, this might do. So activate that. Okay. If it looks like we have a possibility of tipping, I'll let it go. I think we'll be okay, though, because the direction I would assume we would tip in would be off to the vehicles. I have to think about this. Right. Not this side. Okay, let's start lifting. Alright, bring it down. Get back. That's good enough. Detach. Pack cargo. Or a crane. Okay. Take our parking brake out, reverse, and we'll just go over the bridge. Because we're already kind of facing it. I take it slow though so we don't like hit the lip and flip or something. Yeah, I don't know. My entry there was good, and okay, we're good. This truck isn't too large, so. Oh, I forgot. This bit's a little tight. This is the way I took the P12 to get that in place, and I kind of forgot how tight this was. We should be fine. Again, this truck isn't overly large. It was much more of a problem for the P12. I had to take that turn, kind of chop away at it. Alright. Should be able to take off our all-wheel drive here in a bit. And if I was worried about just continuing going with this truck, there is a fuel tanker in the port. So, good continuation. Yeah, but those of you guys that are curious that haven't really been playing this game as much, or you just started playing or what have you, this truck's pretty good. It doesn't do anything that another truck can't do, but in its class, I would say it's fairly good performance. I would put it in the same category as the White Western Star, the International Pay Star, and the Fleet Star. The Fleet Star I'd put on the lower end of that group, but not by a lot. I'd say the White Western Star I'd put at the top of that group. It's a toss-up between this and the International Pay Star. But none of these are bad choices, and I wouldn't say there's no wrong choice, I think, in this game. The only thing you're going to really struggle with is the highway trucks that we looked at in the last stream. As those have a little bit more limitations in what they can do. I don't know what we'd have done without these tools. Needless to say, it would have been costly. Thanks for saving our behind. See, this one didn't pay as much, even though it caused us more problems. Although, in theory, this quest shouldn't have been all that difficult because the two things were literally right next to each other. Okay. And as I discussed, there's the fuel tanker back there. For right now, until we figure out what we are doing, I'm just going to go ahead and park this somewhere out of the way. I guess I'll just park it in front of this, what looks like a garage to me. That seems appropriate. We'll just stick it over here. And if we need to, we can go over to that tanker and get fuel. And honestly, we have enough legs on us, we could go to that gas station as well.